All right, welcome. I'm here to give you guys philosophy how to expand a bit upon your creativity, imagination, and innovation. Everything is created twice, first in the mind, then it becomes reality, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe can achieve. So you go out there day after day, do the work, the confidence, put yourself out there boldly, authentically, even though the success, the creation has not arrived, has not manifested just yet, but you know that the richest place on earth, the richest real estate on earth, is the graveyard where dreams and goals and everything like that die along with you because you didn't have the courage, the philosophy, and framework. But that's all going to change because you're gonna have all that in the 10x go-getter energy to go out there and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. This is the method, the philosophy known as create like a god. This your man's Jaron Mitchell, aka Jaron Winnie Mitchell. Today's topic I'll be talking about today is why ideas are worthless. Okay, why ideas are worthless. You can go ahead. I believe is yesterday's episode. You can go ahead and check that out. Okay, so yesterday's episode we talked about a little bit some ideas. And let me see. There's a couple ideas. I talk about one of my segments. Maybe when I get the time, I'm gonna start chopping up some of my videos and add chapters to it. If you're on YouTube and I don't think not much of Rumble, but on YouTube, start adding all that. I'm a one-man army right now, so I can do everything by myself. And I'm gonna have to put things in and get a little bit better on my time and everything. But I'm gonna keep on going. And I'm gonna start adding on that, cut clips and add clips and make into other videos and stuff as well. So that's just basically repurposing some of my content on here. But other than that, you guys, why ideas are worthless. Okay, ideas are nothing but ideas without execution. Okay, don't tell me your idea. Show me what you've done with it. Okay, that is something you need to do. So a lot of you can tell you have ideas, you can have good ideas, but a lot of people, that's why you want your place to be the richest place on earth. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have my idea, but you never put the idea off because you end up dying. You know, the idea died along with you. Yes, somebody else can come in and grab it through the ether, possibly, which is in law of infinite intelligence. You know, so what you guys need to do is just take action. See if it's a good idea. See what you can come up, get feedback, start getting some content. Okay, start getting, I won't say content, but start getting some feedback. You know, so yeah, like yesterday's episode I have is why you must protect which probably wasn't yesterday's episode. I think it was this episode on 35, why you must have a vision. Okay, it was that episode. I don't know why I think yesterday. Okay, but anyways, it was that episode, why you should have a vision, on episode 35. Show your idea. They say don't tell, show. Okay, so if you do show, or you say tell, just make sure you walk the walk and talk the talk. Okay, that's a lot of us struggle. A lot of people struggle with, they don't walk the walk and talk the talk. Okay, so that's what we're going on this episode. Why ideas are worthless. Okay, don't tell me your idea. Show me what you have done with it. Show me what have you done with it. Show me what you have done with your idea. You have an idea, right? You go through a studio, which you probably won't be able to do that anymore in animation because animation has been collapsing. It's been imploding right now. So what can you do? What can you do to actually show? If you, okay, they don't want to buy, they don't want to get me pitching an idea to them, right? So let me start building my IP. Let me build my IP, build my character, see if I get the audience that's with it, because now we can able to do this. It's not going to be the same anymore with animation. Me going through somebody who's professional in animation, get in there. And not only that too, make a deal where you can actually own the rights to your work, not just give it away like certain animator people animation stuff with the show. They have their own IP. The company owns it. You don't own it. The company owns it now. You gave all your rights away. You don't need to be doing that, man. You don't need to do that, man. You're making your life harder for yourself, you guys. So do that. Okay. So in this episode, everyone has ideas. Few execute. What separates dreamers from the doers is action. There's 4 levels of actions. I'm going to talk to you guys in a little bit about that. Okay. Ideas are free. Execution is priceless. Okay. Why is priceless? Because you're finishing. That's an execute. When I went to playing basketball, go to the basket. I said go to the whatever I just said right there in my English, but I'm going head into the basket. Coach says finish. People, my family, so whatever, they watching the game saying finish. The spectators, they say finish, which is execute. Okay, you're finishing it. You're finishing the process. Okay, so ideas are free, execution is priceless. In this episode of the Create Like a God podcast, we're going to be talking about today is you will learn why success doesn't belong to the most why you learn success doesn't belong to the most inspired. It belongs to the most disciplined, which we talked about this. Okay, discipline is one of the 12 riches in life. You need to be disciplined what you're doing. Okay, so this is probably going to be a short little episode right here. So what is the 4 levels of actions in the book by Grant Cardone, the 10X rule? Okay, First, I think the first level actually you don't do nothing. You just do it. You basically are ostrich. You stick your hand in the ground. You don't do shit. You don't do nothing, right? You don't do anything at all. Okay. And I believe the second action is it's like, yeah, you go do something, you do it, but you retreat. Okay. That's the second levels of action. Okay. Most of us, majority of us, is in the normal level of actions. You do it, you normal, you just do it, you do it. All right. You're just doing action. You're just taking action, you're just doing it. Okay. The fourth level of action is massive action. That way you can get big mode, the law of inertia, to help you out. The 10x level of action. You 10x your level of activity. That's why you need to do more. You need to do more. Why you think I do every podcast every single day? There's gonna be more stuff. Okay, sometimes I need enough information. I need to get information, get data. Dre Baldwin, which phenomenal what he does. He shows up every single day, which I'm a little behind on this podcast. I'm lying. I used to watch it, listen to it every single day. Got behind on it, but when we go back to it, go through his stuff, go through his material, love his material. Okay, so but 10 levels of action. Okay, you increasing the level activity that you do. If you do 10 calls, okay, let's do 50 calls, or do 100. Try to do 100. Okay, you 10x it. Okay, if you're doing 3 videos a day, 1 video a day, okay, let me do 10 videos. Let me do 30 videos. Okay, I don't know how you can be able to do that. Got short form content and all that, but it's a way you can do it. You can create content every single day, break it down. It's a short form content. Okay, I'm just giving you guys something out here, right? If you're listening to this, okay. So those are the 4 levels of actions, and I'm probably gonna have a full episode digging deep on those level of actions and why each level, well, it can help you, and well, not really help you, but why you need to go and do 10x, which is the 4th level of action, which is massive action. Okay, so before we get good to these points, because it's gonna be a quick little episode, make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that way you guys get episodes from me and know what notifies you every single day. Sooner or later, you will get I'm building a newsletter I'm going to end up having, which is the Jaron verse newsletter. We're going to end up having that. It's going to be everything that I do. You guys are going to get the newsletter. Hopefully you guys can sign up for that. So that way you can get episodes, the podcast, everything, episodes, and all that stuff, general stuff, and all the other stuff you want to subscribe to onto the podcast. Okay. And also on Rumble as well. Make sure you guys go ahead, like and subscribe, and do that as well. Okay. So if you listen to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review, so that way it can boost up in the rankings and everybody can know this podcast right here, the Create Like a God podcast. And also you can do the same for Game Dev Secrets, because we're going to be building that podcast as well and having that, because this is more broad. It's not really niche down with the Create Like a God podcast. So Game Dev Secrets is going to be more niche down with that podcast. Okay. And also, if you're on Spotify, you can also comment on these videos as well and leave your man's a poll. We're going to have a poll. I'll probably do the same thing on YouTube and stuff. When I get everything set up, we're going to have all that there pretty soon. So if you listen to this, make sure you fill out that poll. Go through the poll. If it's not there, don't worry about it. Probably come back to it later, or don't even worry about it at all. We can do that all later and stuff. Okay. So, along with that, let's go ahead and get to these points. Okay. Point number 1. Today's topic I'll be talking about today is why ideas are worthless. Okay. Point number 1, be a doer, not a thinker. Okay. Some of you just don't, you think, you get analysis and paralysis, and you just do it. I'll say for me, I know I have my notes here, to be a doer and a thinker, be a doer and a thinker. Okay. One of the quotes that I have that goes against John D. Rockefeller. Okay. I want a nation of thinkers and workers, because I believe we have a nation of thinkers and workers, our society would be better, or everything would just be better, bro. Because like literally we thinking, we come and have ideas and all that. We do it. Okay. Let's get feedback. Boom. Okay. So I don't want a nation of just mindless workers. I want a nation of other workers and thinkers. We can actually build something together, work together, have relationships together, have relationships to help each other build off and build. And that way we can make society better, because we need a little bit of competition in a way. Okay. So thinking without doing is daydreaming. Okay. Doing without thinking is chaos. Okay. It's just chaos. You're just doing things. It's just chaos, right? I think is one of the 7 habits of highly effective people, okay, is keeping the end in mind. Okay, I'm trying to think. I believe it does go with this, keeping the end in mind. Okay, keeping that in what you're doing, being definite in what you do, have the end in mind that you're going to complete or whatever goal that you have. Okay, so doing things, thinking with is just chaos. You just think, doing. You're not really thinking. You can actually you actually do something that is what's the word I'm looking for? You can actually do something that can actually harm you and other people in society. Because you may want to hurt somebody, but okay, if I hurt somebody, I'm going to jail. If I do something like this, which in the Quran it says don't which is every person that's unalive, they basically is a loss of the whole mankind. Okay, when one person is saved, it benefits all of mankind, all of humanity. Okay. So along with that, you guys, okay, you got to make sure you do things. You actually think before you act. That's something my dad used to say, think before you act. Okay. First think about it, which is Napoleon Hill. You organize planning. You get all the organized. You all start planning things out. Okay. Then you start acting because that's all the thinking. You got all that done. Now you start to act. It's time to start doing. Okay. Start putting your plan into action. Okay. So many people stay stuck with in the idea phase. Okay, many of us do. I've been there. I've been doing that. That's why I'm starting to build something. That's why I'm starting to get something going on, and not step just in the idea stage. Just put it into fruition. Let's make it reality. And I can mold something. It can come something even better because I may think I have something right now that I think is good, but then it becomes something better. Okay, dreaming is easy. Okay, building is hard. Most people get addicted to the planning instead of producing. Okay, sometimes you do have a plan, still have a plan, but don't get stuck in the plan. They just don't do the plan and just get stuck with it. Okay, actually take action. Actually have the necessary to make something happen. We have the be the consumer and the producer. We have that episode, right? So make sure you go ahead and be a producer and a consumer. Okay, start producing content. Start actually building. Start putting things brick by brick. Okay, you learn from the plan, adjust the plan, and you keep planning, you keep doing it. You go out and do it, get feedback. Okay, this is data I'm getting. I'm collecting data. I'm getting this. Okay, this didn't work right. Okay, let's adjust the plan. Let's change the little plan a little bit and do it again. Okay, or had the plan and keep going with it and see if we nurture it. And if it doesn't work, okay, let's do something else. Okay, be a thinker is important, but don't hide behind perfectionism. Okay, perfectionism is another form of procrastination. Okay. Oh, I'm going to make it perfect. Oh, no, just don't make it perfect. You go out and do it. Learn from it. Learn from this project. That way you can have the next project and make it even better. And if you decide you're the creator, you could decide to reboot the whole freaking project. If you decide to, if you're an artist that's doing something, right? You can decide to reboot something. Okay. Some fans may not like it, depending on what it is, but hey, you can make it even better from there or change it how you would, but you can also use that and prove, okay, got that project's done. Time for the next one. Okay. But procrastination is a form of procrastination. We talked about this. Okay. Perfectionism is a form of procrastination. Okay. So, but do not hide behind, oh my goodness, perfectionism, procrastination, or preparation. Okay. And there is, you do preparation, do meet opportunity. Okay. Preparation, see, because you prepared it, you go through it, you had habit of it, you had the cycle of it, preparing yourself. But you got to make action. Okay. You got to take action. There's things you do have to prepare yourself just in case those things actually do happen. That's why you have drills. You practice. Practice is drills. Okay. Think, plan, act, reflect, repeat. Okay. Think, you do the thinking, you plan it out, then you act. That's the action part. Then you reflect. You're reflecting on the action, reflecting on something that you have done. You reflect on it. Okay, what did I learn from this? What happened from this? You basically getting data, like I said. Then you repeat the process. Okay, you can't steer a parked car. You can't steer it. Okay, there's a saying that says something about emotion is good gas pedals. Like you're angry, right? I didn't mention on one of my episodes, but I just remembered after I created it. But emotions is a great gas pedal. Hit the gas, but it's not good at steering. You know, when you drive a car and the car gets super fast, you can barely even steer it. Okay, but it's not a great steering. It's not a great steering wheel. Okay, so you can't steal a parked car. You must guide it. You must use that emotions. You must use it. But again, you still got to go through the destination using your GPS. Point number 2, today's topic we're talking about today is why ideas are worthless. Okay. Point number 2, take the extra mile. That is where the money is. Okay. Get in the habit of taking an action mile. Okay. And I believe that's also one of the 17 laws of success, according to Napoleon Hill, I believe. Okay. So ideas are common. Discipline is rare. Okay. One of the 12 riches in life. Your first attempt is not to be the best. That's okay. It's to keep showing up. Success comes from refined, uh, iterating, and shipping. Okay, iterating and shipping. Okay, refinement. Okay, there's I think Stephen Silver said, getting your style, art style is refinement over time. Okay, you basically refining, you getting better. That's why you got the beta version. That's why you got certain versions. That's why iPhone, you got some little thing that got to get out where there's gonna be bugs and stuff like that. Okay, might be bugs. It might be something that happened they may never come across. They go through it, but they push it out. Okay, so yeah, I know games. A lot of gamers don't like it when you get a half-finished game, a half-ass finished game. When you have a deadline and everything, I do understand that you do need to push that out. You do need to put it. But I think if you really need to actually something that makes it, put it out there and you got it there, you need a few little fixes. I do think there should be a delay. That's just me. Okay. But we'll see me when I actually really start releasing my products in Steam and stuff. Okay. So success. And again, also too, going with this, it says your first attempt is not to be the best. It's okay. It's to keep showing up. Okay. Keep showing up every single day. And also, best known beats best product. Okay, you want to be best known. Get your stuff known. Be known, because if you don't know it, people don't know it. That means the marketing wasn't there. That means that good product that you did had will cease. It will go out of product, and maybe somebody else probably buy it through, I don't know, like was it? They got auctions and stuff like that, right? Possibly go run out of business. Okay, so the habit of doing a little more than expected creates a compound results. Everyone has ideas. Few go the extra mile to make it happen. Okay, another thing from Grant Cardone, I get he says overpromise and overdeliver. Some people overpromise but don't overdeliver. Okay, they don't overdeliver. You got gamers like games and stuff like that, right? You got expensive, all this other stuff. Hey, overpromise and overdeliver, or they overpromise and they don't really deliver on what they're saying, what they got. Okay, I know. I'm just saying. Something you got to do: overpromise and overdeliver. And if this is taking the extra mile. You're taking the extra mile. You're doing more than what is supposed to be done. Okay, that's what separates different people, even from restaurants and other things. Like getting, restaurants, and they get like the waiters and all that. They do more. They go the extra mile. Okay, you'll be able to get the fruits of your labor, and people will be like, "Wow," because it happened to me. Wow, that's good, man. I like that. Okay, so challenge. Here's a challenge for you guys. Okay, start with one tiny thing and build momentum. Okay, start building momentum. What is the one thing? What is the one thing that I can do that everything else can be easier and that's unnecessary? That's from the book, The One Thing. Okay, we're gonna have the book Why You Should Focus on One Thing at a Time. Okay, you cannot catch two rabbits at the same time. If you have traps and stuff like that, yes, but you understand some people don't have the resources to catch two rabbits at this moment. Okay, why I did these, and again, this is episode Why Ideas Are Worthless. Okay, you must take action. You must go out and take the extra mile. Point number 3, today's topic we're talking about today is why ideas are worthless. Okay, execute relentlessly. There's a book called Relentless by Tim Grover. Okay, and you got the cleaner. Okay, you got there's the close. You rate this as the closer, and you got the cleaner. Cleaner always show up. That's the Michael Jordan, the Kobe Bryant, like those, the Dwayne Wade. But more, I look at more of Kobe and Michael, because they have that attitude. Okay, they have that relentless attitude. But execution eats ideas for breakfast. Okay, it eats it for breakfast. Because if you don't execute, that idea is worthless. Ideas are worthless if you do not execute. Okay, if you do not finish, you actually don't take necessary actions to make that idea into reality. Okay, so take action even when it's messy. Nobody will fund or follow your based on ideas alone. They want proof you can execute. Okay, they want proof that you can do it, that you can actually finish the deal. Okay, the market rewards results, not just vision. Okay, and let's go back to episode, I believe, 35, right? You have a vision, but you must execute, must have results. And this is why ideas can be worthless if you don't do these things. Okay, so they want proof that you can do it. They want proof. Show with results. Show with the numbers. People lie. Got men lie, women lie, people lie, but the numbers do not lie. Okay, start documenting this stuff. Start actually getting the numbers on this stuff. Okay, when you actually document stuff, you actually get the data, you can actually see what's going wrong and what's happening. Okay, when you have the data. Okay, So the market rewards results, and it does. It rewards the results. Okay. And again, we're gonna probably have an episode on that. Best beats best known. Coca-Cola and all of them, bad, horrible products, not good for your body. But hey, it's a horrible product, but it is best known. Okay, from all the other sodas that's probably try competing. Okay, not just vision. Okay, build in public, ship fast, improve as you go. Okay, start improving as you go. Just do it, improve, adjust, improve as you go. Okay, so here's the framework. Capture the idea, clarity, be clarity on the goal, break it down into actionable steps or plan it. Okay, execute consistently and iterate relentlessly. Okay, so go ahead and do that. That's the framework. Okay, so build in public, but you're building, you're building and all that. Ship fast, improve as you go. Okay, that's the whole thing. Okay, so here's something I can give you guys right here as a closing statement. Stop being the one who had the idea first. Be the one who did it anyways. Okay, just forget. Got the pioneers. Oh, I got the idea. Oh, somebody else got the idea. So what? Just do it. Just do it anyway. Who cares if somebody else had the idea? Just do it anyways. Let's go ahead and recap today's topic that we're talking about today is why ideas are worthless. Okay, why ideas are worthless is 4 types of level of actions that we got right here. Okay, but before we get into the level of actions, we got the ideas ideas are nothing without execution. Don't tell your ideas. Show me what you have done with that idea. Okay, don't tell. Show. Okay, best known beats best product. Okay, everyone has idea. If you execute, what the separates the dreamers for the doers is action. Okay, ideas are free, execution is priceless. Okay, and again, this episode I just taught you learn why success doesn't belong to the most inspired. It belongs to the disciplined, the most who are disciplined. Okay, which is one of the 12 riches in life. Okay, point number 1: be a doer and a thinker. Oh, I said be a doer and not a thinker. So I say be a doer and a thinker. Okay, be a doer and a thinker. Okay, I don't want you do things. If you do things without thinking, you're in chaos. And if you just think, you're not going to get nothing done. You're just thinking. Okay, thinking without doing is daydreaming. Doing without thinking is chaos. Okay, and many people stay stuck with the idea phase. Dreaming is easy. Building is hard. Most people get addicted to the planning instead of producing. Be a thinker is important, but don't hide behind perfectionism, procrastination, or preparation. Okay, think, plan, act, and reflect. Okay, like again, I want a nation of thinkers and hard workers. I want a nation of critical thinkers and hard workers. I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. That's a quote by John D. Rockefeller. No, I want a nation of critical thinkers and hard workers, because we all come together. We all compete with each other. We all create stuff that's better. It's better for the consumer. It's better for those in the marketplace. And it's better for society, because society will grow rapidly. That's something I truly believe. 4 levels of action. Nothing. You don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. You just be an ostrich. You stick your head in the sand and be in fear. Don't want to be that person. You do take a little bit of action, then you retreat. You keep going this off and on. I have been doing that off and on. You take action, you stop doing it. You take action, stop doing it. No, stop retreating. Stop doing all the retreat. Then a lot of people take normal level of action. That's more dangerous than the other ones. Okay, because you think you're doing something. You actually think you're doing something. But the 4th level of action is where you need to be at. It takes 10x massive levels of action. Okay, so you can't steer a parked car. Okay, point number 2, give it a habit of taking the extra mile. That's where the money's at. Okay, ideas are common, discipline is rare. The first attempt will not be best. It's okay. Keep showing up. Okay, best known beats best product. Okay, that's why you got to keep showing up every single day. Keep promoting. Okay, success comes from refinement, iterating, and shipping. Okay, the habit of doing a little bit more than expected creates compound results. We have the book, The Compound Effect. Okay, everyone has ideas. If you go the extra mile to make it happen, start doing extra things to go out there and make it happen instead of waiting for things to happen. Okay, start with one tiny thing and build momentum. The one thing, little tiny habits. Start building habits. Okay, to get yourself out there, or just not even no more. Just be disciplined. Okay. Point number 3: execute relentlessly. Okay, this is when you take 10x massive level of actions. Okay, an imperfect action is better than a perfect idea. Take action even when it's messy. Nobody will fund or follow the base on the idea alone. You will want proof you can execute. The market rewards results, not the vision. Build in public, ship fast, improve as you go. Here's a framework again. Capture the idea, clarify the goal, break it down, execute consistently, iterate relentlessly. Okay? And here we go. Stop being the one who had the idea first. Be the one who did it anyway. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you can get episodes on YouTube and on Rumble every single day. Okay, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think about the episode. And the same with the Apple Podcast and Spotify. Leave your man's a 5-star rating and review. Spotify, you can comment on the video. You can comment on this podcast episode, okay? You can go ahead and give me a 5-star rating and review. Everybody will be able to see it, go through the rankings, and everybody be able to see the pod, able to listen to the pod and see for themselves if this Create Like a God podcast is for them. Okay, go ahead and do that. Okay, and also as well, make sure you go ahead and get my copy recession-proof business model. Okay, so that way you can go ahead and create your own creative freedom or ideas that you have for yourself. Go to jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketer with a K. You'll see in the description below and the pinned comment on this video as well. So that way you guys can go get your own copy recession-proof business model. Okay, you can go through it, go through the free course, book a call with me. Okay, or my mentor or whoever else that I have to book a call with. Okay, so that way you can see if you can work with us. So that way you can build creative freedom for yourself. And the results is all up to you. Okay, folks, is not where we at, to where we come from. Always create like a God. You're the master of your fate. You're the captain of your soul. You're made in the image of God. God gave your brain to think for yourself. So take full possession of your own mind and worship the one true creator, which is, I believe, is Allah. The only God, the only deity worthy of worship is Allah. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Jesus and Moses and all the other prophets are the prophets and the messengers of God. And peace be upon all of them. And always create like a God.